Welcome you to our YouTube channel PNJ Legal. We are 12-year-old law firm. On this YouTube channel, we are bringing lot of the complex legal topics to you. We are also presenting lot of business opportunities for the entrepreneurs to get ventured into.
So, in today's video, we will be talking about incorporation of your company in Singapore, its benefits, requirements and procedures. So, firstly, the question arises that why should we incorporate in Singapore? There are several reasons for this. The first and the foremost reason is that Singapore has been ranked first by the World Bank for ease of doing business, and it is a major center for business and trade in Asia. Out of the 60 largest economies in the world, Singapore is ranked third. Therefore, it is highly recommended to invest and incorporate in Singapore. Now, if you are talking about benefits of registering your company in Singapore, they are threefold. Firstly, if you can have the advantage of Singapore's double tax agreements and enjoy Singapore tax resident status. Also, there is limited liability of members. Foreigners or local entrepreneurs who are above the age of 18 years can apply for company registration. Now, there are certain requirements for incorporation which are enlisted in the given slide. There are a company name, shareholders, a resident director, a company secretary, registered address, and a paid up capital. Now, let us look at these requirements in detail. So, firstly, we need to have an approved company name for registration of our company in Singapore. Now, the second requirement is really important, that is our company should have one of its directors as a resident of Singapore. However, the number of directors is not fixed. Also, it is not required for a director to necessarily be a shareholder for the company. The next point that is essential for incorporation is that the number of shareholders should be between 1 and 50. Also, there should be minimum one shareholder. Another notable and beneficial thing is that there can be also be 100% foreign shareholders. Nextly, a company secretary is also required to be appointed in every company within 6 months of its incorporation, and that person should be a permanent resident of Singapore. The next important point which must be taken into consideration is that there should be a minimum paid up capital of $1 Singapore, which can be increased any time after incorporation. Lastly, for running a business in Singapore, you need to register your address, whether resident or commercial. Residential address are included in this because homeowners are permitted to conduct businesses for their resident premises. This is applicable upon SDB and private properties as well. Now, another benefit that attracts many people to start a company is that Singapore has tax exemption for the incorporators. Firstly, on the first 300,000 Singapore dollars profit, 8.5% tax is levied. However, after that 17% tax is levied. Secondly, and more importantly, dividend or capital gains taxes are not levied. Now, there are certain conditions to be fulfilled by foreigners if they want to register a company in Singapore. It includes that the records of director and shareholder are publicly accessible. The registration of a company cannot be done on their own by foreigners, and incorporation in Singapore requires a local director for the company. However, if you want to run the company locally, you require an employee pass or an entrepreneur pass. So, before we jump on to the procedure of incorporation, let us have a look at the documents required for incorporation as given in this chart here. It includes name of the company, description of business activities, details of the registered address, details of the company secretary, and so on. So now, let us look at the procedure for registering a company in Singapore. So, the procedure for incorporation is short and easy. It includes only 2 steps. The first step is the reservation of a name. So, if you want a company in Singapore, you need to have a reserved and registered name for your company, as the registration process is completely online. Use of words such as law, media, bank and finance slows down and process by several days or weeks. Therefore, one must avoid the use of such words. After registration of the name, we come to the second step, which is the registration of the company. So, in this step, you need to submit the registration application along with all the documents, which are approved within hours. However, the application from certain countries require extra interrogation, thus taking more time to process. Now, lastly, there are certain requirements to be fulfilled after the company has been incorporated. It includes certificate of incorporation, business profile of the company, application for business license, GST registration, annual income tax requirements, and annual filing requirements. This is the concluding slide.